Hello students, today we're going to talk about slopes of parallel lines. So what do we remember about slope? Maybe remember that slope is rise over run. Maybe remember that we use M for slope. M stands for slope. Maybe remember the formula for slope, which is that m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Maybe you remember the formula y equals mx plus b. That stands for the slope. Slope is for which shape? Which shape do we talk about slope? Lines, right? So you can look at a line and you can decide if the slope is positive or if the line is going down from left to right. We call that a negative slope. Maybe you remember that lines that are flat have a zero slope. They're not going up, they're not going down, they're zero. Maybe you remember that another way to write slope is the change in y over the change in x. Maybe you remember that slope is the rate of change. Lots of things we remember about slope. Maybe in a table you can find the slope. So if this is x and y, this is 2, 4, 6, 8, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, we would have 1 over 2 would be our slope. Okay, because this is changing by 1 and this is changing by 2. So the slope would be 1 over 2. Change in y over change in x. All right, so let's apply that. What is the slope of this line? When you have a picture, it's really easy. You can just count. First of all, I notice the line's going down, so I know that my slope is going to be negative. Next, I need to count, how do I get from this point over to this point? Well, I can go straight rise over run. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. It's 3 units down. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 units to the right. So the change in the y values is 3. The change in the x values is 4. So the slope of this line is negative 3 over 4. What are the slopes of these lines? So now I didn't give you the graph, I just gave you equations. Well, if you remember y equals mx plus b, that's pretty easy for some of these. So what's the slope on this one? Good. It's just 7/3. Don't put the x on there. No x on slope. The slope is just a number. So 7/3. How about this one? What's the slope? Good. Just -4. How about oh, these are weird. Okay. So let's try this one first. Y equals mx plus b. Does that have no slope? Is there a number in front of the x? Who remembers? Yep, there's a 1 in front of there. So this is m equals 1. All right, how about this one? Y equals mx plus b. In this problem, the b is 4. Where's the mx? Well, if I wrote it this way, 0 times x plus 4. So this is the same equation. So what's 0 times x? 0. Okay, so really the x term is missing. If you multiply it by 0, it would go away. So in this problem, slope is 0. If I graph this, you could see here is y 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and the line y equals 4 looks like that. That's all the points on that line, the y is 4. Okay, and that slope is flat, so that slope is 0. Okay, we got 2 left. How about this one? This one that is not in slope-intercept form. This one's in a different form. We love this form for algebra 2. This is called point-slope form. Sometimes it's written with the y minus 2, and sometimes you add the 2 to both sides. So this form is y equals m times the quantity x minus x1 plus y1. Okay, that's the equation for that. So if I write it above, you can kind of see where the slope is. The slope is in front of the parentheses. So for this problem, the slope is 5/3. Okay, last one. X equals 3. What the heck? There's no y equals. This is the one that's super different. It's not even a function. This one looks like this. Here's the x-axis, right? And if I go to 1, 2, 3, that means here's the point x equals 3. And if I have the line x equals 3, it looks like this. Okay? This kind of slope is called undefined. It's infinitely steep. Like, if I'm trying to get from this side to this side of the graph, I would have to climb straight up, and that would be basically impossible for me to get from here over to here. Undefined. All right. So here's the type of problem that you're going to do for homework. It's the last 2 questions on the worksheet. And this is really the standard that I want you to be able to do. So here is the a line. Find the slope of a line parallel to the given line. So here's the given line. And here's a given point. And your job is to find the slope of a line parallel to the given line through the given point. And actually, this is a mistake. I want you to write the equation. I have to fix that. Write the equation of a line parallel to the given line through the given point. Okay, so let's see what that looks like. Do we know the slope of this line? This is the point -3. This is the intercept -3. The slope is up 1 over 2. Here's up 1 over 2. This is 1, 2. Okay. So this red line is this equation. So it goes up 1 over 2. And it began at -3. Right here is -3. Okay. And I have this random point, which is not on this line. If I put 4 and 1 into this equation, it won't be true. Okay. And I'm wondering, what's a parallel line going to look like? And the parallel line is going to have the same slope. I'm going to go up 1 over 2. Okay. And I can kind of imagine I can go down 1 over, down 1 over 2, like this. Okay. And if I keep going down 1 over 2, and down 1 over 2, and if I'm really careful, I draw this line. Let's see if I can do it. Oh boy. Wish I had a ruler. Okay. Looks like that. So write the equation of a line parallel to the given line through the given point. So now I need to know what's the equation of this line. There's 2 ways to do it. I can look at the graph and see if I can figure it out, or I can do it algebraically. The steps to do it algebraically are this. Okay, you look at the given line and grab the slope. Okay, so in this problem, the given line was y equals 1/2 x minus 3. I grab the slope. The slope of this line is 1/2. Okay, which means that step 2, find the slope of the new line, the parallel line. Well, if the slope of this line is 1/2, the slope of the parallel line is also 1/2. One way to write that is the slope of the parallel line is 1/2. Remember these two little L's stand for parallel? Okay, now I'm out of room. What should I do? Okay, we'll just keep going. So step 1, look at the given line and grab the slope. I grab the slope. Step 2, this is the slope of the line that I want. Now, algebraically, you have some options. There are 2 strategies to do this. So I'm going to do this on a new slide. Add a slide right here. Okay, so we have a slope of the parallel is 1/2, and we have a point that is 4, 1. There are 2 strategies, actually there's 3. One, you can just look at the graph. The second strategy is you can write the equation y equals mx plus b, and you can put, this is an x and a y. You can put the y as 1, and the slope as 1/2, and the x as 4, and then you can find out what the b is through algebra. Okay, so this is going to be 1. Do we know half of 4? Half of 4 is 2. So 2 plus something is going to give us 1. It's a little confusing. We're going to subtract 2 on both sides. 1 minus 2 is -1. This is my 0 pair, so I get b is -1. Still not quite done. To finish this problem, I'm going to write the equation switching out the m and the b. So I'm going to write y equals 1/2 x minus 1. That's the answer to this problem. You can kind of see that on the graph, right? Look, here's the line that I just wrote the equation for is 1/2 for the slope. And where does it cross the axis? It crosses right here at -1. So what's the equation of this line? We just found it. Y equals 1/2 x minus 1. That's the answer to this problem. Let's look here. Okay, I said there's another way. Another way to do this problem is with the point slope form, which I just told you about. Some of you will like it. If you want to challenge yourself, see if you can figure this out. This is going to be y minus 1 equals 1/2 times x minus 4. Okay, and then to finish this, honestly, this is the equation of a line. I could leave it like that, but if my teacher wasn't clear. But if your teacher is clear that they want it in slope-intercept form, then you keep going. So then you do y minus 1 is 1/2 x. You're going to distribute here. And this is minus 2. And then you're going to add 1 on both sides. Especially if you want to practice your algebra skills, this is a really, really good way to play with it. I got the same answer 3 different ways. You can choose the way that works best for you. All right, let's practice. So find the slope of a line parallel to the given line through the given point. Let's do a sketch, because sometimes graphing it is the best way. And what else do I want to tell you? I want to tell you that you can use Desmos too. You can type this in, and you can type this in. You can see what it looks like. So here's an intercept of 2. That's this point right here. The slope of this line is -3, which is also -3/1. So I would go down 3, right, 1. And this is the line that I'm starting with. I need to go find this point. This is a point not on the line. 1, 2, 3, 1. It's right here. And I want to know the equation. This is wrong. Find the equation of a line. Or write the equation of a line. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to go, well, step 1 is to grab the slope. What is the slope of the given line? M equals -3. Step 2, I'm going to say the slope of the parallel is also -3. Okay, step 3, let's practice the first way where you have y equals mx plus b. We're going to substitute the x for 3, the y for 1, and the slope for -3. I'm going to put a 1 here. I'm going to put a -3 here. And I'm going to put a 3 here. And a plus b, I don't know. I don't know where this is going to hit. But it's going to be up here somewhere. I'm just not quite sure where. So let's find out. This is going to be -9. Okay, I'm going to add 9 on both sides. That gives me that it's going to go through the y-axis all the way up at 10. So 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1. All the way up here is where it's going to hit. Okay. This is 10. 10 is up here. Okay, and I'm not quite done. Step 4 is to, I'm going to write y equals mx plus b again. And now we know the m, the slope, and we know the y-intercept. So I'm going to stick those into the problem. The y is going to stay there, the equal sign stays there, the m changes to -3, and the b changes to 10. That's the answer. That's the equation of a line that is parallel to this line, but goes through this point, 3, 1. And if I draw it, it looks pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Let's try one more. Last one. Find the slope. Find the equation of a line parallel to the given line through the given point. So this is going to be, I'm just going to do this one algebraically. So we're going to do step 1, grab slope. What's the slope? 3/4. Just pull it right off of there. Then I don't need that anymore. Step 2, what's the slope of the parallel? Of a parallel line. The slope of the parallel line is also 3/4. Parallel lines have the same kind of steepness. Okay, step 3. I'm gonna write y equals, I'm gonna do it over here. Step 3, I'm gonna write y equals mx plus b. And what am I gonna plug in? Well, I'm gonna put the 3/4 where the x is, where the m is, and I totally screwed that up. I'm gonna change the y. What am I gonna change the y into? Good, I'm gonna change it into -2. So when we do it this way, we change out 3 numbers. We change the y, the m, and the x. So the y is gonna change to -2. The m changes to 3/4, the x changes into 12, gets substituted, and the b is what we're not quite sure about. So we have a -2. All right, 3/4 of 12. Oh goodness. You could do 3 times 12 divided by 4. Okay, you could do 12 divided by 4 times 3. It happens to be 9. And then I'm going to subtract 9 on both sides. If you need help with fractions, come at office hours. Okay, so I have the b figured out. I have the slope figured out. This is slope of the parallel. And I have to do my last step, which is to put it all together. Okay, put it together. I have y equals mx plus b. And I'm going to write y equals 3/4 x. What? minus 11. All right, that's how you do these. They take practice. Do your work, try the homework, do the homework, figure it out. You guys are great. Bye.